All right. So good morning, everyone. My name is Oluwatoyosi, popularly known as Banks, and I'm also the founder and the lead analyst for Gold Elite Deals. Alongside here, I have my other partner, which is Tomiwa, also popularly known as TBT. So yeah, let's commence, guys. So first of all, as you guys can see, we took XAUUSD buys and we were able to, get over 350 pips in profit from the buys that I called last night. And right now we are looking at possibility for sales. We're basically not taking too much risks because the overall bias is still buys. Yeah. So the overall bias is still buys, but then we are not basically risking too much for like the sellers, for like the sales, but then we know that okay, based off of what is here, we're not gonna just be trading what we feel, but we'll be trading what we see. And what we see currently is possibility for XAUUSD sales. That's the possibility. But then it doesn't mean it will still buy, but we have to trade what we see and not what we feel. And what we can see right now in the market is possibility for sales. All right. But then it's not like I see the buys can't happen. So that's why I said that I'm gonna just take little risk on that on your account just to avoid crazy losses. But then if we put this on a 4 hour time frame, you'll see that even on the 4 hour time frame, this area is an area of retest, right? This area had at a zone where market obviously created a form of retest, yeah. That's why we have a break of structure below here. Market pushed up price into this area and actually started selling. So automatically it sort of created something called a scaling in entry, right? That's why if we come down back to like a 15 minutes, on the 15 minutes, you can clearly see that the sell opportunities are not far-fetched based off of what we have there. And then also bringing this down to like bringing this down to like a 45 minutes time frame, you can see it here directly. So now all we have to do is bring this back to 15, and you guys can see that yes, the sell opportunities is quite visible, but doesn't mean it's not still buy. But then and then when we took this first trade, we were in profit of over 60 something pips. So I told them that what they should do is take 80% out and set stop loss at break even. Right now, those that took 80% out would have been able to secure profit. And right now it's currently back at break even. And now I just instructed them to take another entry, which has been sent into the Forex signal room and the derivative signal. So it has been sent into the Forex signal room. I can't share the entries here, but if you're in the Forex signal room, you would have seen what I sent. So that brings us to the fact that we know that we're looking at sell opportunities here, but then it doesn't mean that it won't still buy. So apply risk management. Now, that brings us to let's check U card. All right. So for USD card, as you guys can see, let's put this to a 1 hour. So in 1 hour, let's change it to 2 hour time frame. So you guys can clearly see that this was the analysis that we did on UCAD, where we predicted entries for UCAD, yeah. But then as you guys can see right now, it is activated and is currently in profit. So USD card sell opportunities was marked, I think a couple days ago, guys. You know how we do it. I like keep it simple. There's no need to always remind you that I'm the GOAT. So I marked out this area, obviously expecting like market to basically push down price. So gold, we back 350 something pips yesterday. First, it kicked us out, I think 100 pips SL, and then we're able to back 360 pips thereabout. Now we looked at sell opportunities this morning. First, profiting about 60 something pips on profit. And then right now, we're looking at UCAD. UCAD already activated and it's currently in profit. So you can go check it out. I posted it even on YouTube and on our Telegram. And then let's look at GBP. Let's look at GBP JPY. This was guys, it's crazy. This was I did this analysis I think yesterday also. You can go and watch it. It's on YouTube too. So I did this analysis to where we predicted that we're gonna be having GBP JPY buy opportunities. I think it's even on Telegram. I think it's on Telegram because I marked this out here. And right now it's currently 53 pips in profit for so we have USD card sales, good possibility for sales. GBP JPY buys currently in pro and they are all currently in profit. So I think it was also posted on Telegram. The Telegram channel it's there. I think GBP card was posted on Telegram. So even when we check Telegram, for instance, right now, you'd see that it was posted there on Telegram. I think that would be if we go to the saved messages. Yes, it was posted on Telegram. If you check it, you clearly see it there. And that's why we have what is currently running right now in profit. So now let's check other pairs. Let's look at US oil. So for US oil, I marked out this area for US oil. It has not activated yet. We're still expecting market to push down price properly into this area and then push up price and basically buy. Okay. Now let's go to the last pair, which would be let's look at what we have for GBP USD. So for GU, so for GU, this area was marked as a visible POI where market could most likely potentially react from, but then I didn't mark it as a solid entry. So we had market failing to react from this zone. But nonetheless, you have market pushing down price. If I were you, what I'll start looking out for is sell POIs, which means that you can sort of mark out a region or you're expecting market to pretty much sell from. So now you can expect market to push your price and react there. And then you can maybe something like this. And then you can now have an instantaneous continuation of the sales all the way to the downside. Don't worry, I'll respond to you on WhatsApp. I have a lot of messages there. I know it's my new line. I'll reply you, don't worry. Um, so yeah, and then right now we have the sales all of a sudden to the downside here. So like I said before, GBP JPY buy POI is active, USD card sell POI is active, gold um gold opportunities for sales are also active. But I said I don't want you to risk too much on that XE USD because it's still going to push up price. But nonetheless, we can't trade what we feel, but we have to trade what we see. All right, and that's just it, guys. So yeah, now I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. Michael, thank you for that. Yeah, I will definitely reply. Exactly. Everybody knows that I will definitely reply you. Don't worry. Yeah, I always find a way to respond to everyone. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you guys. So right now I'm going to stop sharing my screen for the Forex pairs. So we'll go to synthetics. Okay, and then from there we'll push. So let me stop sharing. So I'm going to be sharing my chart very soon for synthetics. So just kindly exercise patience a bit for me. Let me share my screen. All right, so I hope you guys can see my screen here right now. So I think with this we're good to go. So now let's comment, guys. So right now let's look at the first pair. So the first pair will be volatility 101s. Now what do we have for 101s? Now 101s, obviously, as everybody knows, has been on sales for the longest period of time, right? We've been on the sales for like a very, very long time. We've been on the sales for like a very, very long time. But nonetheless, we've been on the sales for like a very long time. But nonetheless, we have to still look at opportunities where we can see sell by us and all of that. So right now, for me, I'll pretty much not say I'm quite comfortable with volatility 101s. What I'll be looking at here would be maybe, for instance, now you have this zone, and I'm not quite I'm not quite satisfied in all honesty. So if I'm going to be looking at market, I'm just going to mark out this region. Till like around here, we can look at the continuation of the sales all the way down and mark out like a short. Say here, then you drag this. I'll bring this one to this area. And you drag this down a bit all the way here and expect something like this of this sort. But you keep your risk as mitigated as possible. So this way you give yourself room to be able to mark out an entry for yourself for volatility 10-1s. Okay? Now, volatility 10-1s sell POI. Let's check 10 index alone. So what do we have for 10 index? 10 index still sells, but I'm not really comfortable with it. 10 index is still sells, but I'm not quite comfortable with it. But volatility 10-1s sell POI is visible. And let's check for 25-1s. So for 25-1s, I marked out this area that is below here. Our market has not activated it yet. So I think we have to chill until market does that. Okay, so we have to calm down a bit until market pushes down price into this area and then literally buys. So it's an avenue for us to chill. Now let's look at 25 index alone. So 25 index, I would say the sell POI is very possible. Which why? Because if you look at this region right now, you notice that market created something like this here. So for me, I'll be banking on the shorts. So for that short, you mark out this. Then this is an area where you can look out for sell POI. But then for this trade, you just have to risk a bit. I'm not 100% convinced the way I am on volatility 10 honest. So you can take this trade, but minimize the risk. But anyways, the signals will obviously be sent into our derivative signal. And that brings us to the end of today's analysis and all of that. So from tomorrow, we continue synthetics, obviously, throughout the weekend. And then we also continue trading BTC USD in the Forex signal. So like I always tell you guys, this is an avenue for you to be open to taking risks. This is an avenue for you to be open to seeing how you can scale and grow individually. See, guys, it takes a very, very long time for you to build a structure around your trading career. I'm a living testimony to that. But you can make crazy money, fixed living, a stable income out of your trading. But then, in order for you not to be able to pressure your trading, you have to be able to, if you just started your trading, I tell you every time that if you have a business that is fetching you money, right? Double down on that business. Let that business be the thing that will finance your Forex. And as it finances your trading, on the long run, you would eventually have two stream of incomes that can fetch you something. But then leaving what you are doing to trade is like leaving a bed at hand and focusing the thousands in the bush. You might end up going back home with nothing. And the reason why you go back home with nothing is because you are too pressured. And too much pressure will basically make you not, attain that thing that you want. So you want to ensure that you create a system where you are able to trade, make money, but you are not as pressured as somebody that is their only means of livelihood. That's why I tell a lot of young people every time. If you see somebody that has been doing something that wants to put you on board, jump on board with them. Get something that can fetch you at least, even if it's 100K, 50K, 70K, whatever K. Make sure that that K is constant. That is why it is called K. Ensure that you get that K and keep it somewhere because it is constant, it is coming in. Then you can now go and focus on your trading. That way, you give yourself room to breathe, room to grow, room to test waters. All right. So, and that way, you basically would reduce unnecessary pressure that you could mount on yourself whatsoever. All right. And I pray that God continues to help and, give you guys enough wisdom to be able to live your life properly. So, yes, I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time again. Bye for now and enjoy the rest of your weekend. This is Banks and safe, guys.